In this video, we're going to go over an easy, a medium, as well as a hard example for dividing polynomials using synthetic division. So the easy example for dividing polynomials using synthetic division is going to be a great refresher for students to remember how to do synthetic division. Or if you don't know how to do synthetic division, it's a great way to learn. I'll kind of work through everything step by step. Then we'll get to the medium as well as the hard, which are going to go over some types of synthetic division that students will get mistaken on. So that's why I want to go over those with a little bit slower, showing you guys where the mistakes happen. And so therefore you are prepared. So if those show up on a quiz or on a test, you are ready to go. All right, so let's go through the synthetic division algorithm to divide polynomials. The main important thing we always want to have when we have the division of polynomials is we want to make sure they're in descending order. That means the highest power first, going down in descending order. That's good. We also don't want to have any missing terms. And if we do have a missing term, we need to use a place value. But hopefully you guys recognize we have 4, 3, 2. You could put a 1 there. And also you could say like x to the 0 here, right? So we're good to go in that regard. Now the next thing we need to do is understand how do we divide using synthetic division, because it's not like long division. So what we need to do is identify our value k. Our value k is going to come from our divisor. To find the value k, simply set your divisor equal to 0 and solve. That is going to be x equals -1. We're going to take that value and put it on the outside of our synthetic division box. All right. Then we're going to take the coefficient of each of our terms of our dividend and write them down below inside that box. Now, again, if you don't have a number in front of your variable, remember that number is 1. So I'll have a 1, 3, -2, 1, as well as 5. Okay. Now we just have to go through the process. Again, it's fairly basic. The first one is the freebie. You always get that one free. So if you have a 1 there, you just bring down a 1. Okay. If you have a 2, you bring down the 2. You always bring down the first one. It's free. Then to finish off the rest of synthetic division, multiply on the diagonal, add on the vertical. So 1 times -1 is -1. I'm going to take that product and put it into the next column. So therefore that's going to be a -1. 3 plus -1 is going to be a 2. 2 times -1 is going to be a -2. -2 plus -2 is going to be a -4. -4 times -1 is going to be a +4. 1 plus 4 is going to be a 5. 5 times -1 is a -5. 5 plus -5 is 0. Now, here's the thing that students get confused with synthetic division. That is our quotient, but that is a decoded version of our quotient. We need to rewrite it as a polynomial, right? We're trying to figure out how many times does x plus 1 divide into this polynomial? The answer is going to be a polynomial. So here's what you need to know. The last number is going to be your remainder. The second to last number is your constant. And then the remaining numbers are just going to be your coefficients of your terms. So first start with x to the first power, then go x squared, then go x to the third. And if you had more, you would just keep on going up and up and up. Okay. So therefore, these again represent the coefficients. So now I can write it as a polynomial. So x cubed plus a 2x squared minus a 4x plus 5. It's also important to remember, since my remainder is 0, that tells me that, hey, x plus 1 evenly divides into this polynomial this many times. Okay, so that's important. That means that is going to be a factor. That means the factor that your divisor, actually, this k is actually a 0 of the polynomial. There's a lot of good things that come from that, but it's just, I want to make sure I include it to kind of give you the full perspective. All right, now let's go over a medium example. So this typically is once your teacher's gone over something kind of basic, right? Maybe they'll kind of use this to kind of teach to make sure they've kind of covered a couple of other bases for the students, or maybe they'll put this on like a quiz or your homework just to kind of test you a little bit. And really, there's nothing crazy about this problem. You can see I have a 99, but the other important thing I do have is I have a missing term, right? I go from 5 to 3 to 1 to 0. Uh-oh, that's not good, right? I'm missing some terms. Now you don't have to do this, but I'm just going to show you what you want to do. So this, I have a 2x to the 5th. I have 0x to the 4th minus a 7x cubed plus a 0x squared minus a 99x plus a 15, okay? So it's important here to recognize that if you like 0 as a coefficient is going to make your variable 0, right? So the reason why that's important is you're going to get the problem completely wrong if you don't use those space values. Now, again, do you need to rewrite the polynomial with that? No. All you simply need to do, oh, did I not write down our divisor? Sorry about that. I kind of started talking real quick, and I forgot to say, hey, what is this even going to be divided by? Let's see. This will be divided by a x plus 3. Okay. So now I'll have this as an x plus 3. Okay. So again, to find our k, the value that we're going to use to divide, we'll set that equal to 0. X equals a -3. So I'll put a -3 right here. And now let's go ahead and list all of these out. So I have a 2, I have to have a 0. I have a -7, I have to have a 0. I have a -99, and I have a +15. All right, this is going to be fun. All right, so let's go. Remember, freebie, first one. Ding, ding, ding. Love that. Bring it down. Multiply on the diagonal. 2 times -3 is a -6. 0 plus -6 is a -6. -6 times 3 is going to be a +18. -7 plus 18 is going to be an 11. 11 times -3 is going to be a 33. So it's a -33. 0 plus -33 is going to be a -33. -33 times a +33 is going to be a 99, which is going to give me a 0. 0 times -3 is going to be a 0, and that's going to be a 15. Okay, so we have a problem here. A couple things. One is here is going to be our remainder. Okay, so the remainder, that tells us x plus 3 doesn't evenly divide into this. So x plus 3 is not a factor of this polynomial. We also have a 0 for a value. That's kind of weird. So what that means is that value then is just not actually going to exist. Okay, so you can just put a 0 or just leave it off. This would be the coefficient of my linear. This is the coefficient of my quadratic. This is the coefficient of my cubic. And this is the coefficient of my quartic. So you can see how you just keep on going higher and higher. So my final answer is 2x to the 4th minus a 6x cubed plus an 11x squared minus a 33x. And that's it. And then I'll take the remainder and then you put it over your divisor, which is going to be an x plus, 3. There you go. And I'm going to make sure that I didn't check anything off because I had 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I believe. 5, 4, 3, -99. Just checking my work because I can't remember if I did that, which I did. -33, +99, 0. Yeah, okay. Everything looks good. All right, let's get into a hard example. I know you guys want to cover a hard example. Now, this isn't the most difficult example. If you are looking for them, I recently made a video on like hard examples you can expect on your test. I've definitely checked that one out if you're looking for, a little bit of a challenge. This one, though, can be confusing for students because it's going to be dealing with fractions. And your teacher might have enough time to cover this. They might not, right? And that's why I wanted to cover these examples because it's difficult for your teacher to go over every single type of problem that you can expect. That's why sometimes you're like, my teacher never taught this. Well, sometimes they don't have the time to teach every single type of way that you could possibly be exposed to a problem, okay? But if they did their job, they at least taught you the fundamentals that you needed, and then you need to apply, all right? And that's hopefully what I'm trying to do in this video because, yeah, I'm only going over 3 examples. We could spend hours going over different types of examples of every type of variation. So we are not missing any terms, so we don't need to use our space values. That's good. But my k here has a coefficient, but that's okay, right? What did I tell you? Just set your divisor equal to 0 and solve. Add 2, divide by 3. X equals a 2/3. Now remember, the first one we're going to bring down, that is the freebie, right? So you bring down the 3. So now I got to multiply 3 times 2/3. Now, if you struggle with multiplying a number times fraction, that's okay. Just use a scratch piece of paper. Do it to the side. 2/3 times a 3. Now we could rewrite the 3 as 3/1, and then you could multiply straight across, numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator, and you would simply get a 6/3, which you could solve as a 2. Or you could just look at this and say, well, since these terms are separated by multiplication, those will divide out. I'm left with a 2/1, and I'm going to get a 2. Whatever it brings down, just bring it over to the next column. Then I have -5 times 2, which is going to be a 3. Hey, same thing again, right? 3 times 2/3 is again going to be a 2. Wait a minute, that's going to be a -3 though, right? -5 plus 2 is a -3. So this answer will be exactly the same, but it's going to be negative. So now it's going to become a 0. 0 times 2/3 is just a 0. That becomes a 3. And then 3 times 2/3 is simply going to be 3 times 2/3 is going to be a +2. And then we go with 0. So again, good. It's a remainder of 0. That means 3x minus 2 evenly divides into this polynomial. So that is my remainder. Constant, that's my linear term, which again is a 0. Quadratic, and this is my cubic. So my final answer is a 3x cubed minus a 3x squared. I don't have an x, and then plus 3. So that is how it is evenly going to divide. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your easy, medium, hard for synthetic division. If you want to see more examples of me going over synthetic division or polynomials with long division, or you just need some more practice problems, then I'll have some worksheets available for you guys all in my description. Or you can check out the next video I have for you here. Cheers.